my feeling.
Okay.
I think the draft is really strong. I think the Beastmaster last pick was kind of what they needed. They needed to solve lockdown versus the Juggernaut and PL. I think everything before that is the kind of patch-dependent heroes you need.
Okay, and very quickly, this is your MVP. Why are they going to win in one word? Avant-garde. Into the game with Toby and Cinder. Good luck to both teams.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's time to get underway. Team Secret going up against MVP. Who would have actually thought we'd be sitting here going, hey, MVP, they 2-0'd out eHome.
Not me.
I don't think most of the world thought that.
I was definitely, a lot of people going into the tournament actually considered eHome the favorites to win the whole thing, but so far the group stage has proven to be quite difficult for them. Of course, they will be meeting the winner of this matchup, or sorry, the loser of this matchup, rather, to fight for second place. But as MVP versus Secret, I think the very difficult draft for me to call, actually. Both teams have some great strengths. The main thing I noted was that MVP chose to not go for their Enchantress that they actually had an option to do in second phase, but rather go for a Disruptor. So I wonder what was the reasoning behind that, but
not just that too, it's the fact they didn't went into the Juggernaut, which gives very unusual lane teleport lane. Ready to boot, trying to clear a little bit of space. Weehaw coming in a little too close, and Febby, he's actually going to heal up to him. He's going to bring Weehaw back, and they may have enough damage. He's right on top of the rune spot, and there it is. First blood goes the way of MVP. QO to spill it, and that's a nice start to the PL, who's going to head in towards that mid lane.
yeah, that's perfect. When you saw that Juggernaut last pick, you were thinking, okay, it has to be a Jugger or a PL mid, and PL probably the candidate for standing up against Invoker very early on. You have double gangers who can just pull snaps and just generally get away of any rotations. So we'll be getting a pretty fast bottle because he got that first blood and the rune, I believe. Yeah, he got so much for that. So work for him.
Because it also delays up the Invoker. Like Weehaw taking Selena to run back to the mid with the puppy. He's almost gained like half of the creep wave worth of experience just by sitting here in the lane, waiting for his mid to return. Invoker being behind a PL at the start.
He is full level behind, probably. I don't want that. But
yeah, especially another kill. You don't want to see that happening either. What does Weehaw even do here? So okay, he buys up a fresh Stout. The courier is already busy. The courier is already walking out with the Stout shield so Puppy can Iron Talon jungle this Night Stalker.
And this has become a fairly popular way of playing the Night Stalker, just playing at position 4 with the Iron Talon jungle. The problem is it gives a lot of space to MVP. When you see that there's a Night Stalker jungle like that, the Prophet will feel very confident bottom 1.
Misery, top lane. They're going to actually trap him up in a spin and go for it, and with a glimpse back, yeah, Misery's in a world of hurt. He goes up to the tree, starts to TP out, and they won't reach him in time. Misery, nicely played, nice escape.
Very, very good. And at the same time, they put quite a bit of pressure on QO mid. He is fairly low on health. Weeha's recovered a bit. I guess I should say he's still behind on CS and a little bit on, actually a lot on SPA. Never mind that. I don't think he's recovered enough.
Especially now the Cure is running a bottle.
They're really pressuring. This is the problem when you run an Ice Stalker like this, is that the first 4 minutes you just have innate weakness in your lineup. You're giving the offlaner space in the Prophet. Actually, now Puppy with a very good rotation could be here, but no, they're not going to go for it. No. And in addition to that, of course, Weehaw in the mid lane will be abused quite a bit here by Duo's Earth.
I like the build too on Cure. Like he knows exactly how he wants to play this with the Earth Spirit. Like going for the 2, now he actually has the 1 point up in double gun. With a Phantom Rush that just closed distance so quickly. Weehaw, there's no way to escape that. The Ice Wall went up out of pure optimism, and you could also see Forev, he was actually starting his cheap health, even though it really wasn't necessary at the end of the day. So Weehaw, he's 0 for 2 on this Invoker.
They're going to need to do something about this mid lane. You really don't want... Invoker is one of those heroes that you can recover on, but if you get stumped this hard in the
coming top,
it's very difficult.
The Rev TP's in. They still have the glimpse, but it's already at level 2, but they put the wall up to start with. So Misery can't just TP himself out of this one. So MVP, and they start their series up against eHome with severe domination, and now Misery, all he can do is just deny his life, at least the direct kill to MP. And seems to be starting off very similar to their series against Evo. Kills all across the map and then pressure being applied.
Earth Spirit Prophet is incredible as a first phase opener for them. I completely agree with that pickup after the first pick from Secret, because you can just go anywhere.
Just keep going.
Immediately, Misery again here. They still have the going on. They don't even need to do it yet. They won't need to do it at all.
So, you've managed to get mid laner and the off laner of Team Secret 0-2. So 2 deaths for both of these heroes early on. Red's already up at level 3, so the level 2 streams aren't fully enough to get rid of this top tower, but then again, you can just drop the healing water of MP. Like, they can just keep pressure going, and I think that's a new target too. Nighttime strikes, and Puppy tries to already attack and QO. Okay, he doesn't have enough help, not quick enough at least. They started their rotations and have already started up the wards around the top tower.
MVP supports who's actually in an awkward position here.
Puppy, he ran into it. He came underneath the wall for MTP's forward. He took a stream to home to go for the block as Puppy tries to just juke the mouse, but because you can't juke out an Earth Spirit. To get another kill, they pick up the fact that Misery's come back up with this top lane. MVP, Misery actually turns to fight. They have glimpse, but Debbie decides not to use it.
When Puppy chose to run up the hill there, I think... Well, first of all, he wasn't expecting the supports to be in that position, but secondly, it looked a little weird because they know there's many heroes in the neighborhood, and there was no one on Secret ready to TP up there. Gyro Invoker definitely can't leave his lane right now, so that's kind of an optimistic play, like high risk, but what's your actual reward of going up there? You can't really claim anything apart from a little bit of information and costing his life there. Great start for MVP here. This is, yeah, they're showing that the thing against eHome was not a fluke. 3k lead minute 5. Secret's got some recovering to do here.
Well, they do have one big thing that's working for them, and that's Eternal MP. Stay flame farm, not really pressured, obviously. For Rev spent a lot of time out of that bot lane. Of course, while I say that, he is level 4 and now is soaking up the experience on the bottom lane. And you've already taken out the tier 1 tower on the top. So the ability to rotate for MVP becomes more real. Like, even Febby, like, if you're worried about, like, a slow level up or disruptor, he had that level 2 glimpse very, very early on. So now even, like, presence in the lane is difficult for Team Secret, knowing Disruptor can be staring down the barrel and having a static storm soon. The PL is now at level 7, and he's sitting with a regeneration rune. So QR's kind of got the world as his oyster. Even the Juggernaut with Face Boost and Omni Slash, now he has level 6.
PL is such a difficult kill for the Secret lineup. The only thing they have against him is Night Stalker Silence, but actually wait, they don't have that. They have killed it, so they can't kill him until the East West gets right. Kiro will just be able to do this, and he's fine. Yep, we're getting our way. There's no serious lockdown. The only real stun they have for now is actually Magic Missile, who just dodged that beast.
How can you buy space then for Misery? Because Misery then, like, you look at more stuns, you look for the Beastmaster Roar, right?
Yeah, I think that's the problem with Secret's draft right now, is that it's extremely greedy by nature. I think the hero you have to use to create the space might be the Gyrocopter to get him involved in a couple of kills with the call down now that he's level 6. Maybe you do a smoke rotation. Night Stalker's first nighttime is running out, and Puppy isn't anywhere near close to level 6, so he won't be having darkness either. And at daytime it's just way harder for them than it is here right now. So, yeah, where does Misery get it? Good question. He's level 5 right now. I guess this top wave will be pushing in slowly from MP, so he'll get a little bit there. Probably not the early game he was looking for.
I'm watching this Earth Spirit in the bottom lane. Like, for me, I would have thought, like, the Earth Spirit would, like, be heading in towards a different position, but I suppose at this point, Weehar as well as Misery are playing very defensive just because of what's happened early on. So he looks for a kill on bottom, but normally it's the prop that the TP is in to help the Earth Spirit wherever he's initiating. But in this case, he's just waiting on the bottom lane.
That's what I'm doing. It's like he's bored. He denied 2 of his treants with half of them. Because I was like, okay, well, I can't go CS right now. Might as well just kill some treants while I wait. But yeah, anyway. They're just extending their lead. They're 4k ahead now, just controlling the map very well. Febby, that we talked about, is going to be a very fast level 6 disruptor. He's 200 experience away. Hero very confidently starting up this mid lane, knowing he has MP coming in from the side. And if there's no ghost walk available, there is. But and they actually have no detection. Already invoked it.
We are turned for a moment. There we go.
Yeah, that's enough. This is secure them. The mid tier
Bottom lane.
and they're going bottom too.
Yeah, highlight that. It's double. Just thought they could do it before. But that'll only that rocket barrage. That's able to get close enough with the flank cannon and the call down. There's up being a 1-for-1 trade-off at this point. Secret will take everything. Gets them on the board. The boys already used for Ram. The rocket doesn't reach in time for the sunstrike. They'll be missing. They've had a crack, but a bottom lane Eternal Envy is being attacked down. QO will arrive, and he takes out Eternal Envy. Oh, can he actually take out Puppy too? Oh, of course he can. He's a PL. He does have his Phantom Dash off cooldown just yet. And there we go. Puppy lands 1 second. There goes the land. And there goes your Puppy. I want that well, but down. But then also having a crack up on top of Misery, getting stunned at the last moment by Dabu. He couldn't TP out. At least the upside is he's at level 7. The downside is he's dead.
Secret definitely have to get together on this in this next time. If they don't accomplish anything in the next night, they're going to lose Roshan, they're going to lose their tier 1. That's such a big lead now that you could look at Secret and be like, they actually have a pretty good kill Envy.
There went Febby. He's going to push back in. The old The wall position was a little off from Febby. Eternal Envy still walked back into the storm and took the damage.
Normal?
Iron Talon on Jar? Probably as normal as a Helm of the Dominator over on...
Bristle? Hey. Well, it's the efficiency, but...
Middle tower is
Is it really that efficient?
Radiant structure.
Well, I mean, the extra damage, even though it's a ranged hero, it's still kind of nice for clearing out. It's just, again, it's so greedy. They already have an Iron Talon on Puppy, so right now, if you want to look at it that way, it's 1,000 gold, these 2 Iron Talons combined, that will almost nothing in fights, right? So their net worth lead effectively is even bigger for MVP. They're closing in on DK. You
can understand like why the Puppy got just mid. He made get like a couple of CS, and like the rotation of the jungle with 9 talent just made sense for a 9 stalker. But yeah, running it with a Jara chapter, that's definitely a new one to add to the book.
Keep you away from the bottom. You can tell that
it's highlight that I said. They actually had the Raptor made to help out QR. He's going to get Magic Missile, but he's also got Lance back off cooldown, which makes this just a little too easy to find the kill. At the same time, up on top, Rev just TPs away from Eternal Envy, who has done his first lane rotation of the game.
That rotation is not the rotation Secret we're hoping for, but they're making the right read. They can't fight for this bottom tier 1. Daytime, the enemy is really far ahead. They're not in a position to do anything about it, so they're going to try to maximize around and just find whatever farming they can while they give away map control. Not good, but it's probably the best they can do. Like, it's very rare that you say 10 minutes in that the game has slipped from their hands. For a team like Secret, this is very, very rare. But they have just been absolutely ridiculously outplayed in the early game by this MVP squad. Just the nice thing about this lineup, when you look at it, that the initiation range is obviously ridiculous, right? They have Red Spirit and Prophet, and then if the enemy team reinforces, they have Glimpse, so they can always double outnumber, and they keep outnumber Weeha.
Yeah, they got to destroy Weeha. Eternal Envy is around, he is going to kill off the boost. Nice pull-down position, empty. He's got the Omni-Slash available to swap out from Highlight Die, making it so Baby cannot escape. So that's a 2-for-1 trade-off. You lost your Earth Spirit as well as the Disruptor. Probably the bigger thing was the fact that the Ancient... Oh no, they didn't finish it. They didn't finish up the Ancient. Eternal Envy moved off that just a little bit too early.
Oh, now he might die as well. He's hanging around mid. He does have a TP. But yeah, they're going to see him mid now. Heroes on the
with the landfall, but Envy will take too much damage before that TP will complete, especially with the Prophet coming in to help. MVP walk up the hill and they see just how low that Ancient stack is too. That's just too much easy money. And okay, they're not even looking for that. They're looking for objective base. It's going to be Roshan now for them.
It's just a matter of time. What I was expecting, that Secret really fight, so VP should just be able to go there.
They want Misery. They need a stun. Managed to get the kick. Misery's going to go down, so no Misery for 34 seconds, which means you don't at least know there's no force over the pit. Even if the Radiant Observer was there, can Secret even contest them?
feel like they have to, but they can't. Right? It's a 4-on-5, and Puppy is half health and no mana. So,
And if it doesn't,
really 3-on-5.
if it doesn't work, you lose everybody because Disruptor will just keep dragging everyone back in again.
Have to give this one away. Really don't want to. It's just getting worse and worse. At least it's plateaued a little bit in the last 2 minutes, but now it's going to get even worse. I'm just trying to think of opening for Secret. I can't remember them using a smoke yet this game. Maybe they've used one, and they tried that fake play mid where they got Invoker caught out by the gyro play. Perhaps that's what they need to look for. Just try to get as many fakes set up as possible and just sacrifice Weeha a couple of times to get these other heroes farmed. So it's definitely not working.
Well, the only other one which is really going to have an impact to get him farmed, if it's not Weeha, it's got to be Envy. It's got to be the Gyrocopter, but Envy's gone for this, like it's almost the ultimate greenfield. Like, we had the stat before, this is only the second Iron Talon ever on a Gyrocopter in a competitive match, and now he follows it up with the Helm of the Dominator build as well as the Ring of Aquila. Like, the ability to get into something like a BKB or a big damage dealing item is kind of off. And also, it's almost like smart for MVP.
It's a little bit weird. They still do have the secret port smoke and they're rotating the hero. This is actually very smart, because what they're going to expect now is that, okay, these two heroes are getting the top bottom, the other heroes will be on backup bottom. But they're actually making 2 plays at the same time. Fortunately for them, this Observer Ward will see the PL lose, and this should give it away.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But it's another free tower for MVP. Perez is going to put face to that face. Is that full Orchid?
Not yet, but he's pretty damn close.
He's close to Orchid Drum phase in this. Alright.
He's definitely looking good. The PL's still looking better. PL has a full diffusal blade with the BTs and an Aegis for the Immortal 14 minutes in. And he's still another 1200 gold up his sleeve too.
And he was mid. Like, this might be one of the most fun PLs I've ever seen minute 14. And it's a mid where you generally get less farm, and he's been doing great.
It helps when you get the kills for no deaths.
Very good sign. Okay, he's just gonna, with that Aegis, how are they gonna kill him? It's very difficult to imagine. He's gonna put on the pressure. His hero, known for his sometimes over-aggression.
It feels more like distraction. Like, their MVP can take that mid tower without any problem.
Secret are reading this though. They're looking for a kill on Forev. They know he's solo tough now after they see a couple of heroes mid and the PL obviously, and they're gonna go in.
Misery. He started the roll. The Francis is going to keep him out. The Forever can just keep himself out. The Dr. Olsen comes from Ready. So even if Misery didn't see him with the Hulk, he can't do anything. And the BTs, well, that was actually on the way in from the PL, but the unit actually died. So he couldn't complete his BT. With a problem, Forever comes back in for some revenge. Throws out the Wrath of Nature. Bounces through Weeha. Is there a glimpse? Not available right now. And Forever can't kill Misery before the TP will complete. But meanwhile, in the middle lane, he starts off that diffuser blade charge on the Turtle Empty. He's now completely out of mana. They let the Omni Flash go as the Turtle Empty just basically disintegrates into bolts. They're looking for that Sunstrike kill on QO, but yeah, because of the fail of the Doppelganger, he actually stays alive. The tower can't kill him off, and now Puppy's able to come up too high. QO! He's coming back in for a 60 Aegis Timor. Doesn't really care that much, but it's a big kick from Dubu. He buys the face for Forev, who actually get back out to safety. The Aegis Immortal will now pop, but QO is still not sad about that. He kind of wanted that to happen anyway. And now we've set him back off cool. That doesn't even need it. Misery strikes back over to him, instantly kicks down to the curb. And MVP, they're 16-3, and they are taking the Shanghai Maze by storm.
I don't know what to say. This is not the performance I was expecting from them going into the tournament. I also don't think this game has been Secret's best showing, so this, for me, is probably not going to be an indication of how a very likely, well, not a likely MVP will have game 2 no matter what. Very likely a 1-0 lead MVP will be looking in the next game. I think Secret will take a lot from this game, both in terms of drafting, but also their gameplay. It's been very greedy, and they haven't really been able to counterplay MVP very much. I guess the main way MVP have won the fight is outnumbering. Alpha and the Earth Spirit engaging from far away, and they just reinforced very quickly.
They kind of did get like the greatest start they could have asked for, like a full level, almost a level and a half on the Invoker.
Yeah,
and then you catch out the Beastmaster twice, but the Earth Spirit. Like, they were forfeiting the position. MVP kind of also seemed to draft in a way that allowed this to happen because of their fans. They saw Secret having troubles in their first series. It was noted as well by the panel saying they're just not feeling the Secret of turn. He was a big concern of a lot of people as well, Secret fans, when they came into this tournament, could they actually coordinate, could they pick themselves up from their slump? And then we saw this Wombo combo, the Enigma and the Tidehunter, just working beautifully and bringing back a meta from 3 years ago. And MVP just allowed it through the first draft, and it allowed Secret to play this laser style of games that they like.
You missed that stat right there. This is actually a record. It was the first PL ever with over 19 networks and at 15. So, there's some possible for this.
That only flash though, it went in so deep from MP, took a lot of life off MP, and because of that, Secret already backing up, they couldn't capitalize on that big cold gun, and they go back again. Let's turn around, down to the target, way down the out from Fenby. There's just nowhere to go. They turn on the magnetize, the double buyback coming out from Secret. But what are they really taking off MVP? They're taking nothing, and MVP takes the game in under 18 and a half minutes. They get the GG call out. MVP, not only have they trashed E-Home, they have now walked over Secret with 422. We're one off the genius mark, but oh my, MVP playing brilliantly.
Yeah, that was so solid. And I think, talked a bit about the mid lane. Gale gets the first blood, he gets the bounty rune, so obviously a big advantage. But I also think it's, in this metagame right now, how the game's played, you can't put a hero mid without any escape against Earth Spirit and then not help him. They just left Wii there to rot. There was no Venge defensively supporting him. They didn't have a defensive support in general.